Hey everyone, welcome to another video. And today I think I've got 15, I think it's 15, 16 fragrances here, which are classy gentlemen, almost dress up like fragrances. When you got something like a polo or a dress shirt of some sort, you know, you're dressing up a little bit more. These are ones in my collection that I would consider, and I do reach for if I'm wanting to, you know, dress up a little bit and look a bit more classy, going somewhere a little classy. I think these fit really well. Now there's a mix of classic fragrances, there's newer fragrances, you know, more modern fragrances. There's some very unique, there's a couple of niche in here, there's some designers, there's some more summery, citrusy ones, there's more darker ones. There's a real mix of everything in here. So I think there's 15, maybe 16 in here, so a good range. Until we get to sort of the top 5 or maybe top 3, I'm just going to dip into my box of fragrances, which is sitting next to me. So I'm going to get on and show you the first one. And I mean, the bottle says it all. It says class because it looks like a pinstripe suit. If you look up close, I'm not sure if the camera will show it. But first is Boss number 1 by Hugo Boss. And you see the pinstripe there, it sort of resembles, it's supposed to resemble like a pinstripe man's suit. So again, this is an old school one. I think most people know what this smells like. I think I've done a review of it, I can't remember. I'm not going to speak too much about them because I've got a few to go through and don't want to make the video too long. But anybody who's sort of had this in the past knows that it's a bit of a funny top on it. You know, it's got that urinal cakey kind of top, but once that goes away after a little while, very classy, very gentleman-like scent. And you know, we don't get many of them from Hugo Boss these days. But they're one of their first fragrances. I think this is the first men's one, if I'm not mistaken. This one, Hugo Boss number 1, is a good choice if you like your classic fragrances. Alright, so let's get on. So I'll go for another classic. It's in front of me. It's the next one in the box. So this one, although it's a bit of a powerhouse, so if you want to wear this classy, you've got to moderate sprays, 1 or 2 sprays. And this one from the Ted Lapidus house is of course Ted Lapidus Pour On. Very complex yet very masculine, and if you go light with the sprays, can also be a very classy fragrance. I love the bottle, I love the way it smells, everything about it I do enjoy. Recent Juice isn't as strong as original, but it'll still push 10-12 hours. The original, you're looking days on your clothes, or even on your skin. But something that lasts 8 to 12 hours plus is enough, let's be honest, because most of us have showered or whatever after since then. So great one, another classic in my collection, but it's just pure class. Let's reach in. Now this one I wasn't too sure of, but I have been wearing it more when I've got like a collared shirt on, so you know, for some reason I'm reaching for it for that reason. It has got more of a playful edge though, and this one is by Renta, and this one is Mustache Eau de Parfum. I say this one's got more of a playful edge because you get dried over like an amber, but there's a slight sticky incensey vibe, like a resinous vibe, but there's sort of a slightly sweet orange top when it actually mixes as well with it throughout its life. So it's got like a slightly lighter and slightly more playful edge. So if you're going out a bit classy but you've got a playful personality, then something like this will probably suit you down to the ground. And then a very good cost as well. It didn't cost much at all, and the bottle is classy with it, I think. Very old school 80s sort of way of doing bottles, but I actually love that style. So Renta Mustache Eau de Parfum. Right, what should we go for? Oh well, couldn't be a list without my signature scent, which is 1881 by Cerruti. Very, how I would describe it really, most people again have smelt this, but a fresh, clean, bitter citrus, herbal, little floral in there, like manly floral, white florals, musky. Overall, just an amazing scent. It's been my signature since, God knows, I can't remember, since middle to late teens, and I'm now 42, so I've never been out without a bottle, so that says a lot. And I used to use this a lot when going out nightclubs now when I was younger. I tried other things, of course, when other things come out, like Armani Code and stuff like that, but I always still had a bottle sitting around. So Cerruti, or Cerruti, original 1881. Alright, let's give it a niche. There's a couple of niches looking at me, so I'm going to, this one's definitely looking at me. This probably would be my top 5, but it was sitting close in the box, so I've just reached for it. This one, pure class, even the bottle. This one from Penhaligon's, and it is from the Portraits line, which is quite an expensive line. It's nearly £250–300 a bottle, these. The Tragedy of Lord George. Look at that. Class in a bottle. Really nice stuff, this. Think a slightly sweet, very smooth cinnamon, very smooth. With it's probably what's smoothing it out is this very expensive smelling gentleman's sort of shaving cream accord, and it comes across slightly boozy. I think there's a brandy accord in this. I don't really know what brandy smells like. I taste it because I'm not a drinker really, but there's definitely a shaving cream accord with this very, very smooth and just slightly sweet cinnamon. But this comes off so classy, it's unreal, unless you've really tried it and worn this numerous times. I mean, I've got through all that. It really is one of the best classy fragrances you can pick up. It's absolutely beautiful stuff, especially if you like an old school way of doing fragrances where you got a clean shaving cream accord, but then they add some more masculine things like a cinnamon and a boozy touch. Beautiful stuff, absolutely beautiful, and lasts and projects very well, at least on my skin. So worth the money. The quality of ingredients in this is the best you'll find. The amazing quality. You smell it and you think, God, almost everything your nose can pick up, I think that smells natural. It's that kind of scent. I doubt everything is natural in it, but it smells it, you know. You can tell the ingredients is high quality. So Penhaligon's Portraits collection, The Tragedy of Lord George. Closest thing again, why not? And this one, another niche from L'Artisan Parfumeur. And this was, although on their website it's classed as a woman's or ladies' cologne, if you have to look for it under the women's section. This one is definitely unisex. This one is Mon Numero number 9. Get it there. It's like a very, very fresh, clean lemon petitgrain. No, petitgrain smells like slightly grainy, and some sort of like herbal leaves going on. But for the most part, it's just a clean, fresh citrus, slightly soapy scent. Again, the quality on this is through the roof, and although it's a eau de cologne, this lasts and projects like an eau de toilette, at least. Again, it does on my skin. Absolutely beautiful stuff. You never hear anybody talk about this one, and think of like Mugler cologne, but like niche version. That's what it's like. If you want to break it down simply, that's sort of what it's like. Not exactly the same, but it's you know, it's in the same genre, if you will. That beautiful stuff. Just if you got a white collared shirt, you just want to smell fresh, clean, citrusy, and of high quality and classy, you can't go wrong with this one. Alright, so let's go back to basic then. Basics and cheap. This one from Aramis, and it can only be one really. Aramis by Aramis. This one I've got to be careful with. Any more than 2 sprays, and for some reason the spice in this just jumps off my skin, and the patchouli. When I wear it lightly, just very spray light from far away, and 2, maybe 3 sprays maximum if I'm going really far away and walk into it and all that sort of thing. If I do that, I get a nice clean, masculine, fresh yet spicy scent, and really works well. But just be aware, if you douse yourself in it, it's just going to come off like really spicy and strong and in people's faces, and even cloying to yourself. So I do wear it sparingly, hence I don't wear that much, but very, very classy when you wear it correctly. It's a strange one, like I said, it's spicy, and it's got all the things you think of a darker fragrance, and yet it's got a cleanness to it. It's very well made, very well constructed all those years ago, 80s again I think, maybe even 70s. But you know, try it if you haven't. Don't be fooled that it's an old school and it's an old man and scent, all this sort of stuff. Wear it lightly and you'll see good results. So Aramis by Aramis. Alright, next, another cheapie. This one starts off very citrusy, dries down to something really classy, and again classy, masculine, but definitely refined gentleman scent. And this one is Belgian Pour On, and this is the Eau de Toilette. I haven't tried the Eau de Parfum, but this works. So at the moment, until I finish this bottle, which is actually going to be at some point, probably in the new year. Yeah, really nice. Again, and it's you get a citrus vetiver, mainly citrus opening, and then it's strange, it goes completely different, it dries down completely different, and it's just a nice smooth, woodsy, it's hard to explain unless you wear it. You'll notice after about an hour on your skin it smells different from the top, quite a bit different, but it turns into such a classy fragrance, and it's beautiful, beautiful stuff when it dries down. It's great when it opens, but the dry down is just something else. So Belgian Pour On Eau de Toilette. Alright, let's go with something playful. This one, it has got a nice classy vibe to it, but it's also got a modern and seductive side to it as well. So again, if you're dressing up, but you're dressing up to go out and you're in that mood, this one might be a good choice for you. And this one is Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal, or Ideal Man. This is the original EDP, sorry, EDT. This is EDT, the first one that came out. Oh, it's got just a slight like suede leather, but it's heavier on the tonka beans, and a little slight nuttiness with a orangey citrus running through it. I've done in French perfumery way. It smells very, very nice and well blended, seductive in the way that French do their seductive scents. Beautiful stuff. When you're in a classy mood and you're dressing up, but you've got a playful mood in yourself, you know, seductive mood, should we say. Beautiful stuff, and yeah, you must try from the House of Guerlain. Okay, so let's go with a classic, and recent juice. This one, yeah, this is the one that you can buy right now, and it is Oscar de la Renta, and it is Pour Louis, and this is the Eau de Toilette. Yeah, this one has got a similar vibe to sort of Lapidus Pour On, Victor and Rolf. I can't remember the name of that one. Anyway, it's got, you know, it's got the old school DNA in it, but it's toned down and made a little easier to wear and fresher. You know, it's got that vetiver oak moss and all that sort of old school stuff, a little bit of patchouli. Generally, it smells old school again, like Lapidus style, but very, very toned down and a lot easier to wear, and comes across a little fresher somehow. So a beautiful scent. If you don't want to like go somewhere and scream your fragrance like you would with Lapidus, but you want just something sophisticated, classy, but it doesn't push. You know, you want to keep it to yourself, or a couple of people around you, and that's it. Definitely one that would fit that. So Pour Louis by Oscar de la Renta, the Eau de Toilette. Okay, next, another one that's modern, slightly seductive, yet has still got a classy edge to it. And this one, Valentino's Uomo. Again, I like the bottle. Something is tacky, I think it's actually quite classy. It looks great on a shelf. It's only a little 50ml, but beautiful stuff. It's got that iris in here from like the Dior fragrances and that, but it's toned down a little bit, and it's got more of so we say a nuttiness to it, with tonka and all that kind of modern things. But it's done exceptionally well, blended well, and this is the original. I've tried some of the others, it doesn't come even close to this original. It has got like a thicker, waxy kind of thing. I think that's probably the iris mixing with something. So I don't like when fragrances that have a waxy smell or feel. So I've got to be a little, again, careful with the 2 or 3 sprays of this, and it doesn't go too waxy to where I don't like it. If I go heavy with this, it gets a bit cloying with that waxy side to it, and it puts me off. But if I wear this lightly, like the other fragrance I mentioned, then I do really enjoy it, and so I've just personally got to wear this a little lighter. But a great classy fragrance from Valentino. Right, so we're getting closer to the top 3. So the top 3 are, I would say, are probably in order, but now I'm not going to, because I've got that Penhaligon's down there, which really should have been in the top 5. I've just been picking them out of the box, to be honest. But so let's get this one out of the way, because this wouldn't be in the top 5. However, Santos de Cartier, and this is the concentrate, although it's still Eau de Toilette. It's the concentrate version. Very classy bottle. You saw a gentleman's bedroom, and you saw that, you think, oh, okay, this chappie's classy. You know, it's got a nice gold atomizer. Nice presentation. This one is dark, resinous, and very, very green. It's a green, very green scent. Old school, very green, and I would say a little incense like. It's nice, it's classy. I don't wear it that much. I don't wear it as much as some of the others, but it has got a nice classy vibe to it. But again, it's very strong. You've got to moderate sprays with this. Again, and this is one I go light with, else it makes it a bit cloying for me, and then I don't like it. But I wear it lightly, and I do like it. So you know, it's one to try. If you've tried the original but not tried the concentrate, it's almost the same. You just get more of a slightly darker, resinous sort of like incensey feel with this one compared to the original. So Santos de Cartier, the concentrate. Okay, next, Chanel's Allure Homme. I think most of us know how this smells by now. It's just citrus, woody, tonka bean, vanilla combination. Very nice. Recent juice isn't as good or strong and etc. or as lush and expensive smelling as the old school juice, but you know, what can you do? Unless you want to hunt down and pay a lot of money for the old school juice, which isn't my style, you just go with it. But still, you put this on, you smell classy, and again, if you're in a alluring mood, or you're going out for that reason but you're still dressing up, then this is a good option. It's got that sort of vibe to it, done in this Chanel's signature way. It's got this fresh, almost aldehydic, fizzy vibe. mixed in with all the other notes which I've mentioned. Absolutely beautiful stuff, very well made, and comes across rather classy and seductive at the same time. So Chanel's Laurence. Okay, so last sort of three, and this one couldn't be a list without this one. Very classy, and in the book it's James Bond's, I believe it's James Bond's fragrance, and this is from Florists of London. It's number 89. A barbershop, classic, slightly powdery barbershop green herbal scent from Niche House, UK Niche House. I smell this, smell barbershop, pure class, and he smells expensive. He's got that quality to it. Beautiful stuff. Again, barbershop, powdery, slightly powdery, citrus, herbal, little green. What you would think barbershop, expensive barbershop scent would smell like. That's what's in here. So, Florists of London's number 89. Okay, so last but one. This one, more fresher. Well, it's still slightly dark, but it's got a fresher overall tone to it. This one from the Guerlain house again, and this one Guerlain Aura. This is the Aura Parfum. I find this one quite universal, but it has got more of a slightly dressed up version, scent to it. I really do enjoy this one. I've got through a few bottles of these as well. Oh, it's just done in it again, the French way. Guerlain, you can tell Guerlain it's done, it's blended in that typical French way of making something smell fresh and clean, yet seductive and classy, and all these things all together. This one's a boozy, I would say, comes across like a boozy, herbal, minty fragrance, but it's done in such a way that it's very French-like, and it's classy, and it's got a little bit of a seductive edge to it. If somebody likes mint or boozy fragrances, then it's definitely seductive for them. But one, just beautiful. You could wear. For me, I'd wear this like a date on a night, maybe springtime or autumn night time. Oh, unless you've really tried it and you've got through a good half a bottle and give it a chance. Beautiful stuff. So Guerlain Aura Parfum. Okay, so what do I reach for? And I've been reaching for a lot of this, both casual as well, because I just love wearing it. I've got it back in the collection recently, and just stunning. This one is now what I'm going to be reaching for the most when I'm dressed up a little. It's pure class, elegance, yet very, very unusual. It's unique. That's probably why I like it. I like things that are very unique. And this one, Serge Lutens Chirgy, and this is recent juice. Now, the old school juice, yes, was stronger, it was thicker, and it was richer. I prefer this one because although it's a little lighter, it comes across a little more powdery, which is what I prefer. The blend is still Chirgy, you still smell it, but there's something, because it's that a little bit lighter, or maybe it's been blended that way, I don't know, there's something that I'm getting in this that I never did. And it's again done in that sort of French perfumery way that comes across classy. Oh, blimey, it's oh, it's just, you can't stop smelling it once you start smelling it. If you love sugar, you know what I mean. Oh, it's so classy and refined. It's got a sort of sweetness. It's got like a honey-ish vibe with a tobacco, a dry tobacco, and it's amber resins and a little bit of incensey vibe. It's got all sorts of things, but there's something in it that's sort of almost clean as well, and a little floral. But oh, it's, if you like ambery type scents, and you want something very unique and classy as well, and has a slight seductive edge to it, just buy one of these. You don't need many sprays either. I mean, I've been wearing this to death the last few weeks, and look, I've only got down that much. It's because you don't need many sprays, 2-3 sprays, and it's good to go, and you smell like it for a good 8 to 10 hours. It's beautiful stuff, and my go-to and my reach for a classy fragrance when I want to wear one. So my number one, Sergei from Serge Laton. So that's it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. As always, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and a subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments below what your go-to reach fragrance is for when you're dressing up classy and going somewhere nice, maybe with your wife or whatever you're doing. Let me know in the comments below what it is, and I'll answer you as soon as I can, or give you a thumbs up or a little heart or whatever I decide to do with your comment. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon on the next video.